Well, each Friday here on 100 Huntley Street, we're doing our best to stay in touch with Crossroads founder David Mainse as he's on his Cross Canada Thank You Canada tour. He's in Southern Ontario somewhere right now, and we join him by Skype. Dad, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm here in Leamington, Ontario, in the fireside room at the family church, Pastor John Stewart. There were such wonderful hosts yesterday, about 15 pastors from the area to our clergy gathering at noon with our survey from McMaster University Divinity College. And then last night, partners of the ministry were here. And it's just a joy. Now, one of the reasons I chose to come through southwestern Ontario, for our American viewers, this dips way down into the belly of the United States. I thought it would be warm here. But I haven't been so cold for years as I was yesterday. The wind chill factor was huge. And between the two lakes, Huron and Erie, anyhow, it feels cozy here by the fireplace, Ron.
All right, well, that's good. Dad, you're going day and night with the pastors' meetings at lunches and then the evening meetings, 7 p.m. In fact, why don't we just put up on the screen where you're going to be for the next number of days anyway. So Friday tonight, you're at Epworth United Church in Kingsville. And then Tuesday, Parkwood Gospel Temple in Windsor. That's next Tuesday. And then next Wednesday, February 16th at Bethel Pentecostal in Wallaceburg, Ontario. And then on Thursday, it's Bethel Pentecostal Church in Sarnia. And then in Forest, Ontario for Friday at the Forest Baptist Church there. So you're doing a lot of hopping around between places, between denominations, and seeing a lot of people that you're saying thanks to.
And I saw a headline in the Windsor newspaper, that's the Twin City to Detroit, Michigan. And Windsor's unemployment, which has been sky high, has come down to 9.7% because they lost a lot of their auto jobs. And I think people are encouraged in this area, Ron.
All right. Well, Dad, something else that's kind of encouraging that we want to just highlight before we say goodbye is that George Beverly Shea, a longtime friend of yours and a longtime singer with Billy Graham, he's getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, Grammy Award this weekend. And so that's an exciting thing. And let me just read something quickly here from the National Post, because he's a Canadian from the Ottawa Valley area. And it said that he's been heard in person by more than 230 million people around the world, a Guinness record unlikely to be broken. And then listen to this. It says, Bev Shea sang in the flesh to more people than Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, and the Beatles combined. What do you think of that?
Well, he's 102 now. He just turned 102, and he's an amazing man. I got that letter from George Beverly Shea and left it on your desk there, Ron, and so you found it. And he just wrote that letter. And it's an amazing thing. He's even computer savvy, according to the letter.
Well, let me read. Let me read the portion of that letter right here. He said, among other things, Dear David, several people had told me about the segment you did on your show about my 100th birthday. That's what you attended. But I had never been able to watch it until just recently when someone stopped by my home and found it on the internet for me. I enjoyed watching it so very much. They also showed me how I could watch other episodes and interviews from 100 Huntley Street on my computer. I do enjoy your program very much, so I was glad to find a way to be able to watch it. And he just wrote that very recently to you, Dad.
Well, now, don't let anyone ever say they are too old. Now, I got this set up for Skype today on the computer, and I was tempted, not to even learn about the computer, but now George has put me to shame. He knows how to find segments on Huntley Street at 102 years old. But let's take a look back to that 100th birthday celebration that Norma Jean and I had the privilege of attending.
Well, I'll practice a little bit on it.
And that organ was actually presented to him as a birthday gift, I understand, Dad.
Yes, it was. Some businessmen in the area purchased it. He'd always wanted a Rogers organ. That was one of his wishes that had not been fulfilled. He had to wait till he was 100. And sitting at the table where Norma Jean and I were Bill and Gloria Gaither, and also the warden of the Louisiana State Penitentiary, because Franklin Graham announced that the same day in which the Lord calls George Beverly Shea home to heaven, there will be a truck at his house picking up the organ, taking it to the chapel at the Louisiana State Penitentiary. So, you know, we just had a joyous time. And imagine 102, and he's savvy with the computer. That's an amazing thing.
Right. This is actually the second Grammy he'll be getting this weekend, because in 1966 he got his first one. He was 57 years old, and he thought, well, this is the twilight of my career, and I guess this is it. But now, almost a half a century later, he's getting another one for a lifetime achievement. So on Monday, I'm going to reflect back on him getting that award in my Stay in Touch segment. We'll have more video, highlights, and so on, and so you can look forward to seeing that on Monday. And Dad, thanks for staying in touch with us today.
Okay, and we'll see people tonight at in Kingsville at the Upworth United Church.
Okay, God bless you on the road. Try to stay warm, all right?
Bye.
And everyone, please stay in touch.